Good morning. Welcome to Friday, the day before Christmas Eve. Yesterday I shared that my favorite holiday movie is Elf, and today I want to share that my favorite TV cartoon of all of them program is A Charlie Brown Christmas, which happens to be the same age as I am. It's such a wonderful story, but there's a moment that always gives me chills all these years later, and that's when Charlie Brown says, "Can anyone tell me what this is all about?" And Linus very simply walks over center stage, light comes down on him, and he tells the story straight from the Gospel of Luke, without any embellishment, without anything more. Here's this television children's story, the Peanuts, telling the story of the birth of Jesus. And I wanted to share that with you today, but I want to read it from the First Nations version, which I've told you about in the past. It was created by representatives from tribes all across the country, and you'll hear it. When the time drew close for Bitter Tears to have her child, the government of the people of Iron ordered that the people be numbered and put on government rolls. This happened during the time that powerful Protector was governor of Bright Sun. All the tribal members were required to travel to their own ancestral village to register. He Gives Sons and Bitter Tears set out on a long journey from Seed Planter Village in Circle of Nations to House of Bread in the Land of Promise, the village of their ancestor, the great chief Much Loved One. The journey took several long days and cold nights as they traveled over high hills and through dry desert. When they arrived, tired and weary, they entered the crowded village. The time for Bitter Tears to have her child was upon her, but no place could be found in the lodging house. So He Gives Sons found a sheep cave where it was warm and dry. There she gave birth to her son. They wrapped him in a soft, warm blanket and laid him on a baby board. Then they placed him on a bed of straw in a feeding trough. That night, in the fields nearby, shepherds were keeping watch over their sheep. Suddenly, a great light from above was shining all around them. A spirit messenger from Creator appeared to them. They shook with fear and trembled as the messenger said to them, "Do not fear. I bring you the good story that will be told to all nations. Today in the village of Much Loved One, an honored chief has been born who will set his people free. He is the chosen one." The spirit messenger continued, "This is how you will know him. You will find the child wrapped in a blanket and lying in a feeding trough." Suddenly, next to the messenger, a great number of spirit warriors from the spirit world above appeared, giving thanks to Creator, saying, "All honor to the one above us all, and let peace and goodwill follow all who walk upon the earth." When the messengers returned to the spirit world above, the shepherds said to each other, "Let us go and see this great thing Creator has told to us." So they hurried to the village of Chief Much Loved One and found Bitter Tears, He Gives Sons, and the child, just as they were told, lying in a feeding trough. The shepherds began to tell everyone what they had seen and heard about this child, and all who heard their story were amazed. Bitter Tears kept all these things hidden in her heart and wondered what all this would mean. The shepherds returned to their fields, giving thanks to the Great Spirit for the wonders they had seen and heard. Beautiful story, beautiful way to tell it, and may you have a beautiful Christmas, inside and out, with whom you are gathered and our friends and family who are not with us. I am not going to do any daily connections next week. I'll be working, but I have a wedding on Thursday. But I'm going to take a break from daily connections, and I will see you next in 2023. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Bye. Have a grateful, all of those.